All right. All right. I did it. You see it? Just barely. But I had the, well, basically, I had it configured just quickly. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that usually I use the fireworks, right? But yesterday, someone was complaining that the fireworks take too long. I was like, ah. So I tried the drum roll instead. You saw it. I just got it in. I hope you even saw it. You might not even saw it. In which case, just never mind. Just never mind. So anyway, let me let me get clear. Hey, what's up, folks? Happy Friday. Happy um good. Ooh, what's my phrase for Friday? Oh man. Good. Well, I use this phrase often, and sometimes a phrase I use often will just vanish from my mind. I guess that's the aphasia, which, by the way, let me define this today because I said I was going to define it yesterday and I didn't do it. So I'm just going to start with the definition of aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorder that affects a person's ability to communicate. Aphasia is a language disorder that affects a person's ability to communicate. Usually happens after uh, something intense happening, like a stroke. So anyway, all right. Let me just get straight. Let me get this straight. So I am Sekou Wrights. I'm the host of the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. Helping everyone reaps optimism. If you do it for yourself, if you do it for other people, you will notice that that feeling of doing for yourself will increase. By the way, these hoodies are available. I should start doing this on Fridays. These hoodies are available in my shop. My shop is just go to sacredrights.com. Just go to sacredrights.com and then go to the place where it says shop. And you've got this hoodie, you've got the the hoodie that automatically gifts one to the unhoused so that they can get one too. So there's a lot of stuff going on over there. A lot of stuff going on. So go check out my store. Got to remember that. Go check out my store, sacredrights.com. All right. Okay. So let's see. What do I need to say? Oh, I need to say a few things. A few things. Let me get my notes together. So this show is designed to inspire financial tips for insiders. It, Financial tips for artists because I feel like as an artist myself, my what I do with money is much different than a typical person. Now there are rules in here that will help you no matter who you are, but hopefully my artists are out there. Hopefully my artists are out there. Shout out and much love to New Thought Media Network. They have been great by letting me continue the show, letting me do it, letting me just do it, just do it, just do it. In other words, to be a guest host, no, not a guest host, a host with who is who is actively fighting back stroke. What? Go kind of rob me of my big words. Okay, stroke. So, in other words, I had a stroke in July 15th of this year, and I've been working towards getting past that 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 monumental thing for a while now. So I'm working at it. I'm working at it, and I'm doing it live with you all. So thank you all for being with me. Thank you for being with me. Okay, so that said, all that said, finally done. Let's move into the show. All right. Oh, I don't have the dice. I don't have the dice, which is fine because it's free flow Friday. Free flow Friday. Yes, free flow Friday. So I'm just gonna let it flow. Let it flow today. So there's a couple things I want to discuss. There's a couple things I want to discuss. So what do I want to discuss first? Hmm. Okay. Let's start off with let's start off with what's here. what's here in Baltimore, right? Let me show you some things. Let me check my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything before I go on to that. I think no, I think we're good. All right. So let me show you if I'm gonna show you some of the things that I've been fascinated by. And first, let's see. Well, this is funny. This is funny. I mean, can you believe this? Can you see it yet? You can't see it yet. So I'm gonna come on over here and add. Look at this. Oh, it's too far away. But it says hip hop fried chicken and rice. Hip hop fried chicken. And I understand it's not a black owned place. And I understand that it's a routine. Well, I'll just use routine for now. Meaning there's multiple stores with the same shop name. Hip hop fried chicken. What? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. So let me get rid of him. Let me see if I can get rid of him. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Oh, okay. All right. So I can take him away. And let me see what else I can show you. So this I want to show you. No, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. So this is so yesterday I met with my niece, Ashley, and I'm trying to get the picture up before I say anything else. But there we go. So that's me, P King, all the way to my left, and Ashley in the middle. And so we hung out. We went to a place called Miss Shirley's. It was a very cool place. I'd never been there before, and so Fee just suggested a place. I asked Fee where to go, where should we meet, and she threw that out at me. It wasn't until we were there and seated they started talking about how epic the place was. So apparently the place was amazing in terms of the food and everything else. We only got there we only had like 45 minutes before they closed. So we got there just in the nick of time, and it was really good. It was really good. They had some really some really dope dishes, really dope dishes. So shout out to B and shout out to Ash. And let's see. Let me see who else. Who else am I sharing with you? What else am I sharing? Okay, let's see. I think I got a whole photo gallery. Let's see. Let's see. Um, all right, so let's see. So I want to do that one last. Okay, so this is what we got. This is what we got. Special shout out again to Jacinta. So Jacinta has been, I mean, one of the most active members of the hero tribe there can be, and she's an ambassador, and that's her right there with the locks, and her family. I guess this is her family. She got all of them rocking hero T-shirts like that. Really filled my heart with so much joy. This is the first one I've ever gotten like this. It's the first family I've ever gotten with multiple hero shirts on. Like that's that just blew me away. I was telling Pete, I was like, "Oh look!" I mean, that was really really great. So thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Now all we got to do is get a little baby shirt for the dog, little baby hero shirt for the dog. But yeah, that's really great. That's really great. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So that's it for my photo gallery. Just making sure. Yep, yep. All right. So now that I finished my photo gallery, I want to talk about what I'm going to be talking about this year, because I decided yesterday, for those of you that tuned in yesterday, that I I talked about debt. I talked about debt, and someone gave me props yesterday for having the strength, the power to admit that I had a bankruptcy, that I've had, you know, real problems with debt before. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess I have really grown in terms of letting it all hang out. So just to be clear, I have not been penny pinching and saving and investing without in without without there being landmines. There have been plenty of landmines in terms of debt in my life, and debt is one of the things that I have to address. I have to address seriously to tackle it. Now, I will say though that it has been much easier for me to give that money to the machinery designed to fulfill your life's purpose of what's the right word? Your investment ball, right? Like, because I've said this before, but I've been given the advice before to pay off all your bills, and I've done that. I've said to you that nothing happened though, like nothing happened, and so that's the problem with that advice is pay off your debt and then do what? See, if they don't give you the end, then do what? Then you're going to be lost. So what has been a great benefit for me this time is that I'm attacking building a nest egg, a small nest egg, right, for investment. And I now know how to invest in that nest egg, how to parlay, parlay, yeah, parlay with the ins and outs of that nest egg, right? And so having that, and then also now 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 fighting debt, I think that will help me. That will help me a lot. So just because I had a of a bankruptcy on my record a long time ago, that does not mean that I don't have other things on my record. I've got lots of other things on my record. So we're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about them. You know, Linda, your daughter that's $130,000 in debt. I got this for you because I pulled it out of the film. In case you haven't watched it yet, I want you to see this, and everyone else who's out there thinking about that, I want you guys to check it out too. All right. So let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to say before I do this, because this is kind of a long clip. All right. I think we're good. So let me share with you this presentation from the film that I showed you. See, I'm trying to talk slow while I get this done, but here we go. The name of the movie is Borrowed Future. It's Borrowed Future, and it stars lots of different people all at once, but I was drawn to it by Anthony O'Neill and also what's his name? Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, who you'll see again shortly. All right, so here we are, and let me just let you see this and check it out.
The student loan problem has reached epidemic proportions. The curve on the growth of credit card debt, even though it's been ridiculous, has been much more gentle than the curve on student loan debt. it's gone to a mushroom cloud in terms of the mathematics on it. The problem is that you don't register emotionally that it's money. I mean, when you borrow money to buy a $20,000 car, you have a completely different emotional experience than if you write a check or put down $20,000 worth of Benjamins right there. You have an emotional experience that you do not have when you just sign and go, I think I can make those payments. It's the same thing happens with student loans.
There's a whole lot of people who have a big target on your back, who view you and your ability to take on a ton of debt as their chance to get rich.
College tuition has risen enormously over the past 5 decades. Why would someone pay for this? Well, everyone seems to agree that graduating from college is a guarantee to a better life. So it's no surprise that the student debt level has risen exponentially as people pursue their shot at the American dream. But is the payoff really there? Well, when the student loan program was first started by the government, it had really good intentions. Students could only borrow up to $1,000 a year for school. The expectation was as students completed their higher education, they would in turn contribute their knowledge and skills back into society. And the money for all of this came directly from the U.S. Treasury. But as the demand for higher education grew, so did tuition. Now, the government had to open up the student loan program even more. So they brought in the banks. That meant the government didn't have to foot the initial bill anymore, but they still guaranteed the loans if the borrower couldn't pay it back. So the banks, they were getting paid one way or the other. And on top of that, they got to collect any and all interest from the loans. In business, this is called making a profit. So fast forward, tuition is still rising because the demand for college wasn't slowing down, and the banks, they couldn't keep up. This is where the government stepped in and created the Student Loan Marketing Association, more conveniently known as Sallie Mae. As a government-sponsored enterprise, they were designed to funnel money into the student loan program. They would buy the loans from the banks, which allowed the banks the cash flow to issue more loans. And over the next 2 decades, Sallie Mae became a major player in the student loan market. But in 2004, Sallie Mae cut their strings from the government and became a fully private company. And this meant they were a real business, a business that exists for one thing, to make a profit. This is where the student loan program went from being a public good to big money. Actually, this isn't even a program anymore. It's an industry. The real nail in the coffin, though, came a year later when Sallie Mae convinced Congress to make private student loans nearly impossible to discharge through bankruptcy. This has resulted in growing default rates, record amounts of interest accumulated, and dragged out repayment plans that never go away. Now, we're left with entire generations of people trapped in student loan debt who took it on in hopes of making a better life for themselves, because that was the original goal of all this. But it's companies like Sallie Mae, Navient, Great Lakes, FIA, Osla, Nelnet, and countless others whose pockets are overflowing with the money your future was supposed to be built on. So, with over 45 million Americans sharing this $1.6 trillion of student loan debt, the question still remains.
Hey guys, it's Lacey, and I am broke as
$200,000.
$172,000 in debt.
I went to a regular ass state school.
I have only paid off $7,231.11. How much interest have I paid in 13 years? $19,030.27. Holy
I got on there one day that said, your loans will be forgiven if you die. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. So that is the clip that I wanted to show you. It's some real stuff, right? It's some real stuff, especially when they showed the chains coming out, and wrapping everybody in there. Oh man, that was tight. I was like, yeah, yeah. So anyway, it just goes to show you how much we don't talk about student debt. And for me, I know we didn't talk about it. I made it almost through Morehouse College. I graduated from Morehouse College. So shout out to Morehouse. Shout out, shout out. But I almost made it through Morehouse College without having the need for a student loan. It wasn't until my final semester, that I got student loans for one year, one half a year, so one semester. And yet that one semester troubled me a lot, a lot, a lot. I was like, I've done most of the school. I just get this one for whatever reason. There was some reasons going on in my life, but figured let me just get this one and get it taken care of. That 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 last year, yes, it caused a lot of problems. It caused a lot of problems, and I'm smiling about it. But y'all know I'm serious though. I'm serious though. So anyway, I think this year is the beginning of the year, 2023. I'm going to talk about debt and investing. Debt and investing. Debt and investing. I'm going to talk about both together and see how far we get. All right. All right. Let's do it. All right. So what else did I want to? Oh, I wanted to point out that Salome was a company I was trying to think of yesterday. I couldn't remember the name, and I got the year wrong too. So hopefully you got the year. But the fact that Salome is an independent company, what? What? An independent company that's is out for benefit for its investors. Wow, that's really crazy. But anyway, let me not go too far down that road. All right, so let me see if I got enough time for Zen. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Sorry. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. All right. So that's for me. That's for me. That's for me. Because, you know, dealing with some of these things are difficult. Oh, let me say this really quickly because I started this yesterday and I kind of let it trail off. So taking notes for me is challenging. And so when I did the thing with Reverend Melissa, by the way, not today, not today. She's going to be doing her meditation with the moon tonight. All right, tonight. So that means he won't be up at doing her show at 10:30 a.m. Right, her sip will be meditation with the moon at 8:30 tonight. Okay. So anyway, as I was part of her group, and I was also I don't want to mess up her name, but anyway, I kept my notes really brief because it's hard for me to type, right? And so I kept my notes very short, and that ends up helping me a lot in terms of dealing with what I wrote down later. Because yesterday we broke up into what's it called, breakout rooms. Now, three of us in a breakout room, and each of the other two people had a lot to say, and I would typically have a lot to say. Sekou will typically have a lot to say because I have a lot to say, right? But this time, because of my ability to only write very short sentences in a long amount of time, I only had small things to write. And what difference that made is they had like like 5 folders full of information, and I just had a single thing for each topic. I was like, wow, that's I'd never realized that could be a good thing. I was always like, oh man, I can only write so far, I can only write so much, but it's really helpful in that it helps me drill it down. It helps me really like decompress it into a small single thing. And that, my friends, has been a good thing. That's a good thing. So try it. You might like it. Try to condense whatever you're dealing with down to one short, concise sentence, and just see what that does. See what that does. Report back. All right. All right. So let me see if there's anything else. So no dice today. No dice today, but no, I won't start a new thing. But I got something to say about the dice. All right. So keep doing. Because you gotta, whatever it is, you gotta do it. All right. Be a hero. Be a hero to yourself. And remember that now is better than perfect. Right now is better than perfect. All right. Now that I've said all that, let me get over to my exit poll. All right. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's the end of this week. You'll see me here live again on Monday. Oh, this was pre-recorded because we got some stuff going on here in Baltimore today. So hopefully I got the thing right. I hope I got that right. Because it looked like I got it wrong, but I hope I got it right. So hopefully you caught this today. All right. So I'll see you meditation with the moon tonight and see you Monday. All right. So later. Here we go. Later.